Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am running so late this morning. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. I am so late this morning. Good morning, Miss Mona. How are you? Are you there? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. So late this morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am so late this morning. Good morning, Miss Mona. Are you there? Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. So let me get started. Where am I this morning? Where am I? Where am I? So I want to I am not even on TikTok this morning because I did not get around to starting it. So good morning. I see Yvonne Murphy on LinkedIn. Good morning, Queen. Good morning. Good morning. And Miss Mona, let me know if you let me know you are on StreamYard, Mona, because I am so late this morning. I see your message popping up and I cannot even get there. So this morning, you're probably asking what happened to the crown this morning. I opted for the hat this morning. What do you think? Mona, tell me if you're there and if you need me to change the hat. I can do that. Just let me know what you want me to do. Oh, my heavens. Oh, my heavens. How was everyone's weekend? How was everyone's weekend? You had a good weekend? Good morning, Miss Yvonne. Where are you joining us from, Queen? So this morning, I need to talk about building resilience. Building resilience is what I want to talk about this morning. The truth of the matter is that each and every one of us, I'm looking to see where Mona's sending me the message from. Good morning. Wonderful, Yvonne. Thank you so very much. Give me a second. Cleansing. Good morning. Thank you. I'm just trying to check with my team member here, Yvonne. Give me a minute. I will be right with you, Queen. Thank you for being here. I okay. All right. Let me get my act together here. Let me get my act together. I will have to go back to my TikTok people later on. So, good morning, and happy Monday. Yes, I give you all about resilience. So, I must need to hear this. Yes. Well, welcome, Yvonne. Welcome, and kindly share the live for me. I I did I woke up early, did my meditation, and you heard me mention last week about the spike in my blood pressure. And a friend of mine suggested, why not do the medications early in the morning when you do your meditation? And this way, you can get it in your system and to do what you're doing. So, the truth is, I do more alternative things than I do the prescriptions. But because of the elevation in the blood pressure, I decided, all right, let me take what the doctor ordered as well. All right? So I'm just working with that. So the truth is, I fell back asleep and I woke up at 8:30, guys. 8:30 a.m. And I am supposed to be going live at 9. So a girl had to do all of what she has to do to come here and to be presentable. So thank you for your patience with me. Thank you for hanging in there. I'll go back later on and do a live broadcast on TikTok. So the topic this morning is around resilience. Resilience. Listen, I am not sure about you. So let me use myself as the complete model for this morning broadcast. Because during the rush, and as always, I consult with Spirit what to talk about. And Spirit said, you know, do you? What's going on with you? Do you? Teach you this morning. And as Spirit said that, I went straight to resilience because what? That's where I am in my life right now. This is where I am in my life right now. I don't know whether any of you has ever found yourselves in the position where you need to be bouncing back. Bouncing back. You found yourself like a ball. You're bouncing back. Every time you shoot, and you find yourself have to be bouncing back. And that's what resilience is all about. When we shoot and we miss that shot, we have a decision to make. Are we going to crumble and lay down and weep and mourn and give up, or we are going to bounce back? We have to find the elasticity in who we are. And we got to be able to spring back. We got to be able to bounce back on every opportunity that we get. Every opportunity we get. There are times when we are building our resilience and we are doing it in silence. What do I mean we are doing it in silence? We are not including the people around us, whether our family members, our spouse, our team, our close friends. We decide to do that in quiet and in silence. And why do we do that? We do that because there are times when folks will say to you, "Oh, I told you that." And why are you doing that? You always make the same mistake. How many times we have to tell you that, and how many times you're going to go over? So as you build your resilience, you say to yourself, you know something, let me do this by myself and let me not include other people. So as we build resilience, even though we think that we are going to do it in quiet and we are going to do it by ourselves, we need to find one person that we can confide in. And that person is going to be a mentor, a coach, or an accountability partner. Those are the people that you will be able to dump on unconditionally. They will be your sounding board. They are going to be that elastic for you that helps you to stretch. They are going to be the people who say to you, "Hey, Daphne, you got this. I believe in you. I trust your judgment. And I know that you have this." I want to encourage you to keep up with your diet. And I don't mean diet as for losing weight. Make sure you're keeping up with your nutrition. Because what? Now you will need all of your extra nutrient because you got work to do. They will say to you, how is your mental health? Are you keeping up with your meditation? Or whatever rituals it is that you are accustomed to be doing? They will go over that plan with you. They'll say something like, you know, I'm here when you want me, night or day. I'm only a phone call away. Call me when you need me. All right? Call me when you need me. During the times when you are building your resilience, it becomes extremely stressful. Especially if you do not have access to any of the three people that I just mentioned, and you opted to go it alone. It is going to be very stressful. So do your best not to go it alone. What are your spiritual practices? Hear me out. I did not say what are your religious practices. What are your spiritual practices? Are you utilizing nature? Are you grabbing your journal? Are you grabbing your journal? Are you going for a walk with your journal? Are you going out in nature? Are you sitting by the water? Are you opening up your journal? Are you meditating? At the end of your meditation, are you documenting the results in your journal? When you go for a walk, unless you are listening to some meditative music as you walk or some high vibration music, turn the phone off so you can concentrate on nature. You can hear the sounds of the birds. You can hear the crickets. As you build your resilience, the impact of nature is so powerful for you. I know some of you live in the city and you do not have access to nature that much. But sometimes it will require you hopping on the bus and take the bus out to a rural area outside of where you live and go and take advantage of one of the parks that is outside of where you are. But that is very, very important for you to do. All right. Now, as you work on building your resilience, there are some things that are greater than other things. Weigh the pros and cons. As you create the list that you are building, ask yourself, this number here, will it matter in 3 years, in 4 years, in 5 years, in 6 years? Will this particular thing matter? And if your answer is no, no, that's kind of so-so, move it, shift it around on your list. Do not give it too much priority. You are required to give priority to the things that will have the greatest impact on your life and your career. Remember, it is so important not to give anyone control over your power. Everything that we do, we need to maintain our power. There are always people who are looking to beat you down out of their own lacking and neglect in themselves. They make sure that they are doing their best to tear you down. Do not allow that to happen in your life. Be alert. Do not see yourself through the eyes of other people. See yourself through the eyes of your Creator. See yourself as the highest version of who you were universally created to be. Ask yourself the question, why is this so important for me to bounce back? Each and every time that I am required to bounce back, I come back more stronger than the last time. It has not been easy, but I rise. It has not been comfortable, but I rise. It has not always been convenient, but I rise. You know, 7 years ago, we formed a group. I'm saying we, women that has the name of Daphne. There's a lady, I think her name is Daphne Newman, and she started a Facebook group and invited all Daphnes, DAPHNE, to join the group. And this week, I got a reminder about the group. I had forgotten about the group. And one of the Daphnis wrote, she said, 7 years ago, I met some amazing women. I think it's like maybe 1,000 Daphnis in the group. And she said, we had become inactive. And all of a sudden, I read the post and I felt to begin to put more energy. I remember all of the conversations we had and how we were always there for each other. And as I'm sharing this with you now, I know that we got to build the resilience of that group. Can you imagine the power? I think it's 1,000 Daphnes. One woman wrote, she said, I had hated my name because I didn't realize there was anybody else who had that name besides me. Another lady, hers is spelled Daphney or something like that. And she's new and she said, you know something? I don't even know if I can respond because my name is not spelled Daphne. And I quickly hopped on that and I said, yes, you can respond. It's only that they spell your name incorrectly. You know, and I don't know why Spirit had me sharing that. So as we go on, we don't know why things happen. But when there is a desire to build resilience, we need to take the opportunity in doing so. The next thing I want to say as we build resilience, if it's even one time a week, find yourselves around somebody who inspires you. Hey, Josetta Watts, how are you? Even one person that inspires you. What type of spirit are you referring? Universal spirit, my intuition, the spirit inside of you and I, my intuition is spiritually guided. Are you with me? So you will hear me probably interchange spirit, God, source, universe, all of those. It's one thing. All right? So if it's even once a week, I want you to find one person who inspires you and spend some time with that person. It could be where you have somebody locally. It could be that you find a podcast, a live stream, or a group. Hopefully, you find some inspiration here with me and you can join me. There are many of you who has been part of my community for a long time. I see my sister friend Josetta Watts there. It's great to see you, Queen. I hope you're feeling better. I know you was kind of under the weather a few weeks ago. It's good to see you here. We go back from, I'm not sure how many years. We have not yet met in person, but I tell you, we have such a spiritual bond. And I remember back in our Periscope days, there were some times after the live stream ended, we were in deep conversation on the telephone until like 2 o'clock in the morning. So always find somebody that inspires you. And people that inspires you are oftentimes like people that mentors you from a distance. Are you aware that you can have a mentor in your life that you do not pay and that you have never spoken to in person and that you have never met or seen face to face? That is possible. And let me tell you how that is possible. It can be somebody that you subscribe to their content on YouTube. It can be someone that you read every book that they have written. It can be somebody that you listen to every live stream that they have done. And by doing so, you have adopted their principles as part of your life. You put them to work in your life. Have got back to work. Enjoy your day. Yes. Okay, Queen. Thank you so much. You adopt those principles and those teachings, and then they become part of who you are. And for that reason, you can say that person or those people are my mentors from a distance. And you know what? The universe is faithful. You keep doing the work, you keep using all of those content and information, and you are doing the work, and guess what? One day, the universe place you slap bam in a position where you're face to face with that mentor. And if you're like me, all of the books that you have read from that person, all the books that you have bought, guess what? When you know you are going to be at that event where the person is speaking, you put all of those books in a tote bag and you take them, and guess what you're now doing? You're asking the person to sign the book. that makes great impact. And now that mentor is no longer a mentor from a distance because you now connected with the person. The person sees that you're utilizing their material. And to go a little further, you ask, may I please have a picture with you? Those of you who are still doing vision boards, you have that picture and you proudly put it on your vision board. All right? Now, as you work on building your resilience, you're going to have to be doing some things that you have never done before. And there's a thing called paying it forward. Paying it forward, I'm not talking about monetary. Those who can do monetary, it's not going to hurt. But as you build your resilience, you're going to need to go out and begin to volunteer in some way. It can be only 2 hours a month. It doesn't matter. Are you going out? You're finding a senior center? You can find out what it is you can do at the senior center. And as you go there and you invest in those people, you are going to begin seeing your life begin to change. Because when you go and you see what those individuals are going through, and you look back at your life, you say, oh, I have it made. I don't have no issues. Why did I think I have issues? You leave there, you will only probably spend 30 minutes to an hour. But let me tell you, I'm not telling you anything that I have not done. But when you walk out of those people's presence, you feel like you had just gotten the call that you won the jackpot from the lottery. You leave there feeling amazing. You leave there feeling supercharged. You leave there feeling that, yes, I am making a difference. I am making a difference. And you begin to feel so much better about yourself. As we continue to build our resilience, we need to review our purpose. Review our purpose. Yeah? This is still in line with what I started off. Yeah, this is what I need to tweak. Yeah. You go over it, you break it down. What do you have to modify? What do you have to switch around? What is still in line with everything that you are working on? Where do you need help? What does the help look like? We will need to block ego out when we are working on building resilience. Block ego out, because ego will rob us every time. So block it out. Understand the benefit of vulnerability. The more vulnerable we are, the easier and quicker we are going to build our resilience. We can always find somebody trustworthy to be vulnerable with. And when we listen to our intuition and go by that, it will always confirm who the right person or persons are. I can tell you from personal experience, every time that happens for me and I become vulnerable with somebody, they have been through that or they are going through that. And I can encourage them. So we are now connected in a way where we are helping each other over the hump. So embrace your vulnerability every opportunity you get. Do not push it aside and say that, no, I got to be strong. I can't let nobody see that side of me. No. Those thoughts are triggered by your ego. Those thoughts are triggered by your ego. And you got to know when it's ego and when it is your real self and your intuition. Spend time to know them. Understand that vulnerability confirms authenticity. Let me say that again. Vulnerability confirms and affirms authenticity. You know that when we are authentic and nobody can copy us? Do you know that? Are you going to be prideful and shameful? And you're not getting out of your way because you don't want to be vulnerable. Oh, no, I can't let anybody see me like that. Oh, my hair is not together. I can't go on the live. Get out of here. I'm showing up as my authentic self. And you know what? The time is going to come when I'm going to have everybody, I'm going to have the team that puts me together in the studio. But until that time presents itself, I'm showing up. Lipstick is how I know what to use, and I'll continue using that. Be vulnerable because it affirms and confirms your uniqueness. So I'm always going to embrace my vulnerability every opportunity that I get. The other thing, do not hold things personally against people when they do you wrong. You got to learn to forgive. I'm going to share something that happened just 2 days ago is when I know it. 2 days ago is when I read it. I don't know when the person wrote it. But some of you know that I'm doing the transformative masterclass. And someone who is a follower on my Instagram, I don't know how long. However, I shared the information with her. And she sent a message back saying that she was not into those things, and she shared what she was into. And I replied and I asked her, am I to understand based on what you wrote that forgiveness is against biblical principles? And she replied, she didn't answer what I asked her, but she sent me 25 verses. She said there are 25 verses in the Bible that spoke about forgiveness. And then she went on to Matthew that says about the bottom line is, in the first message, she says that she was going to pray for me. So when she sent back the scriptures, and I said, although you did not answer the question I asked you, I am going to say that I refuse your prayers because I think it was very judgmental that you're judging me without even participating in the masterclass. You had no idea what my content is about. You don't know what's being taught, but you're going to judge me that I need prayer. And she wrote back and said, oh, did I offend you? I said, no, you did not offend me one bit. But what was offensive was your ignorance and judgment about me. And I said, I will not give this any more energy. And I said, love and light queen. Well, that set her off. And she said that I am calling her names because I said, I didn't want her, because of her ignorance, to pray for me, because I said those prayers would be like casting spells out of your judgment towards me. So why would I need her to pray for me? I said, I'm so blessed that the universe has gifted me abundantly to pray for myself. So I don't need her to pray for me. And as you work on yourselves, you're going to find people like these coming out of the woodworks to judge you, because somewhere in their crooked minds, who you are looks different from who they think you should be. And they are going to judge you. So are you going to fold up and throw the towel in? Or are you going to be standing boldly and honoring all of what and who you were called to be? Do not allow anybody, not a spouse, not a sibling, not a child, to dictate and tell you what your universal purpose is. Stand tall in that. Yes, you might fall off the track, build your resilience and rise again. And don't let anybody tell you what they think you should be doing and how you should be doing in a derogatory way. Listen to your mentors, coaches, and accountability partners. I have noticed that people who are struggling, instead of doing the inner work to help themselves, they spend time tearing others apart. When we become awakened, we go around with our universal antennas extended. And when our universal antennas are extended, we pick up all the frequencies, and we can deter those that are low, and we can keep the ones that is in sync with who we are. So remember, forgive them, for they know not what they say or do, because they themselves are struggling. So you got to keep focused and work on yourself. Listen, don't forget, be kind to yourselves during the resilience. Be kind to yourself. Love on you, love on you, love on you. Love on you. What does that look like? What does that look like? For each and everybody, it's different. It might be getting your nails done. It might be getting your face done. Might be getting your hair done. It might be taking yourself out for a healthy meal. For some, it might be getting a cocktail or your favorite ice cream. Love on you, pamper you, whatever that means for you. You got to be kind to yourself. As you go through this resilience building and resilience renewal, be kind to yourself. Keep yourselves hydrated. Keep yourself always fresh. Keep your minds renewed. Know what it is you need to flush out. You know, we all do spring cleaning. One of the biggest spring cleaning that we need to do is the spring cleaning of our minds. Spring cleaning of our minds. What does that mean for you? How does that look? What commitment do you have to make? You got to make the decision. As you make that decision, remember, do not allow guilt and ego to creep in. Do not allow that. Because that is only going to hinder you. That's only going to hinder you. Do not allow guilt and fear and ego to derail you. Remember, as you love on yourself, the next thing I wanted to do in this resilience process, God, it's going to look like you're never going to get this done. Be grateful. Be grateful for where you are. Be grateful of the speed you are going. Be grateful. No matter what, I am so grateful. And you name out everything that you are grateful for. It might look like you're not making any progress. But as you review your action, you look at the strength that you possess now, you realize that you are doing a lot better than you did before. As you build your resilience, look around at your skills and talents and creativities that you have. What can you now do with all of the newfound creativity? Because what I've found out, every time I go back into building my resilience, it's like a refresher course. And each time I find out, ooh, last time I didn't know how to do this or that or the other, but now I know what that is. Now I can utilize that. So my creativity is going to be very valuable to me, and it will to you as well. You know, years ago when I did Mary Kay Cosmetics, we used to do our 10 most important things list. Anybody remember that? Now with technology, we don't do that. But at least I don't do the 10 most important lists anymore. I don't know if anybody else is still using it. To each his own. But prioritize what will be most important to you as you work on your resilience. What is most important to you? How will it impact what you are working on? As you make that plan and make that list, push to the side all those things that are not important. Ah, this is not important. No, I'm not going to spend time with this. I'm packing this on the back burner for now. Who knows? If it is meant to be, it will come back around. But for right now, it's not. It's not important. It's not important. As you build your resilience, adopt some new hobbies. Are you going to start walking? Are you going to start dancing? Are you going to take a cooking class? I know they have these things now where people are sipping and painting, sipping and painting. There are so many things out there that we can do. Are you going to begin to do some gardening? Do you know that you do not need to have a plot of land to do your gardening? There are so many people who live in condominiums, even in New York City, and they have the hydro gardens, I think they're called. And there are other people who are using the large flower pot and they are making gardens, organic gardens inside their apartments. So they harvest the vegetable or the fruit from the vine right to their mouth because there are no pesticides. Start something new. You might start with one plant. But if you are not a gardener, that's a beginning for you. Might be one strawberry. Whatever it is, start something new. You might want to go buy an easel and start painting. It does not need to be perfect. You just need to start something new. If you have been lacking on your reading, as you build your resilience, you need to begin to read more. Read more. Read more. You see all them books behind me? Read more. Read more. And if you are someone that drives a lot, Get your book on CDs as well. And leave those in your car so that when you're driving, you can listen to them. It is still reading. Your memory is picking it up. It is a real pet peeve for me when grown folks tell me I hate reading. We got to read because that's the key that's going to open everything else for us. As you build your resilience, you do not need to be in front of the TV watching soap operas and all of the other negative things that are on TV. If you are going to be watching TV, please watch something that will inspire you. It can be cooking show. I don't know what's on TV because I don't own one. I have not owned one for years. But I know some people, they wake up, eat, sleep, drink their television. It will rob you of quality time from working on your resilience and building your resilience. This one, I'm stepping on my own toes with this one. And is to do your best in getting enough sleep. Because when you do not get enough sleep, your body tells you. I'm working on this right now in my life. I need to get to bed earlier so that I can get enough sleep. I have not been getting enough sleep. So, what they say, get at least 8 hours of sleep. If we can get 7 hours, we short one. You know, my good friend Blanche Taylor, God rest her soul, she used to say, don't call me at such and such a time because I'm taking my nap. She was retired, but every day she made sure she got her nap. So make sure we are getting enough sleep. And that is really going to help us to wake up with vigor and more vitality. Make sure, and I think this is where I will end today, as we work on our resilience, whatever we are eating, make sure we are eating to live and not live to eat. Eat healthy foods. Eat foods that's adding nutritional value to our bodies. Analyze what you are eating. My friend Alicia always say to me, why everything you eat have to be so green? And most people look at what I eat and say, ooh, oh. They don't even taste it, they make the face up. And I say, I'm eating life. I am eating life. So, Eat well, sleep well. Eat well and sleep well. Make sure you're outside, catching fresh air out in nature. You know, I was listening, I don't remember who I was listening to, but I heard them make mention of taking cold showers. I haven't done that yet, but I'm building my courage to do that because I have been told that it's invigorating to our system. So this is the only thing I mention now that I do not have personal experience with. So if anyone who is listening, I know I have people here on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, wherever you are. If that's something that you try, message your girl and tell her about it. All right? So, my apologies for the late start and rushing this morning. I want to pause now and to ask if anyone has any questions. You can go ahead and jot them in the comment section. I know somebody had asked before when I mentioned spirit, what I was referring to. And when I mentioned spirit, it's my sense of discernment and my intuition. All right? I appreciate Yvonne for asking that question. So anyone has any question, you want to write it in the chat and let me see. All right. So I'm inviting you all to join me tonight at the transformative masterclass, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's a Zoom class, and you can check on my website, daphneclarke.com, to find out how you can register. All right? So, thank you all for coming. I hope that you all will find some valuable information that will help you to build your resilience. This is Dr. Daphne Clarke-Hudson. I'm a coach educator. I provide educational information for my supporters and clients to tap into their soul purpose. So long. I'll see you on my next broadcast. Bye.